When the Truth and Reconciliation report was released a couple of years ago, we were seeing all sorts of statistics coming out, like this one, where Indigenous children were more likely to die in the residential school than soldiers were in the Second World War. And so from the Truth and Reconciliation, which obviously this slide itself, just the TRC, can be a whole talk, so I can't get into a lot of the detail other than to say it has calls to actions for all Canadians. They're calls to action, not recommendations, not things you should think about, not things that you might want to talk about over dinner. Calls to action, actual things for you to do, for every single Canadian to do. And they're in all of the different areas, in health and in education and youth and missing and murdered Indigenous women. And so of course in this context then, our focus is on the education system. Research is such a vital piece of education. We're teaching students how to do research. We're teaching each other. We're collaborating on projects. The way education had happened for so long was that while Indigenous children were put in schools and being told they were heathens and savages and not able to function in society, non-Indigenous students were also being told exactly that same thing in mainstream and public schools. So we have a lot of on-learning to do, a lot of relearning to do, based on just this one area of legislation and policy in Canada. So clearly with all of that, the time for action is now, right? We're all really sick of just talking about it. Let's do something about it. And recently I saw a great tweet on Twitter talking about how, of course, in the early 90s that the RCAP was going to be a game changer, and then the Truth and Reconciliation would be a game changer. And now currently we're talking about missing and murdered Indigenous women will be a game changer. But nothing has ever changed yet, right? We enact all of these policies. So we have a really great way of talking one way and walking a different way. And so instead of it being this idea of saying things to appease or to do what you think is right for a community and then walking the other way, we're really trying to figure out how we can walk our talk. How can we enact the policies from the TCPS, from all of these other guidance documents that exist? How can we actually do the things that we're saying we need to do? And so then in this context specifically,